We now look at the inverse variation, which is the second subtopic under variation. And the inverse variation, we are told it is a relationship between two variables such that as one variable increases, we put a comma there. The other variable decreases. So that is the meaning of inverse variation. So we have the Cartesian x or y plane. This is the Cartesian x or y plane where we have, this is the way the shape will look like under the inverse. What are we trying to say? When we have direct or inverse variation, meaning we are going to have the constant will be the numerator, then the other variable, it will be the denominator. Why? Because the normal equation is y is equal to kx to the power -1. By the way, these may change. The variables may change. We may not always have x or y. We may have even pq. We may even have other alphabetical letters and also symbols. So as we know, the inverse, this is x to the power -1, which is the same as 1 over x. So if you have k multiplied by 1 over x, it is the same as saying k over x, because k times 1, it is k. So this is what we have under inverse variation. Let's have one example so that we see what we can do. We have the example which says, given that y varies inversely with x and y is equal to 4 when x is equal to 7. The question is, find the constant of variable. So since y varies inversely as x, it is the same as saying y varies as x to the power -1. X to the power -1. That is the meaning of the inverse. By the way, in other books, we use this symbol to mean the variation, okay, of which I have not shown it from the very beginning, but I want to believe it has been understood. So this one, it will be k and the x to the power -1. In short, just write y is equal to k over x. That is the inverse variation. Since x is not square, so we now, what are we finding? Finding the constant k. What is our y, which is 4, our x is 7. So we are going to have 4 is equal to k over 7. This is a fraction, this is not a fraction. We introduce over 1 in that side, we'll put over 1, then we cross multiply. We'll say over 1, then we cross multiply, and cross multiply there. Why over 1? Because the 4 over 1, it is the same as 4. Any number divided by 1, it is the same number. So now we're going to have 7 times, we're going to have 7 multiplied by 4, which is equal to 7. Now equal to k. So 7 times 4, the answer is 28. So 28 is the value of k. So 28 is the answer for the value or the constant number k. Let us go to question number B. Remember, keep the k into the mind. We have to keep the k into the mind. Question number B, we are told to find the equation. Now, when you're finding the equation, maybe it can even fit here. Remember, our equation is like this. Our expression or our variation, it is like this. When you're finding the equation, these variables remain the way they are. y and x remain the way they are, but where there is k, you substitute with the value of k you have found. So the equation will be 28 over x. This marks the end to that question number B, and that is the equation of that variable. Now we go to question number C. Question number C, we are finding the value of y if x is equals to 2. So it will be y is equal to k over x. What is our k? We have found that the k is 28. What about x? X is 2. So we substitute. So it will be y is equal to 28 over 2. And the value, our final answer will be 14. So that will be the final answer for that equation, because 28 divided by 2, the answer is 14. We end here with this question. Now we go to the next question. To the next lesson, which is under joint variation.